Okay, so wanted to give an example of why we like to use something called WP Engine for our hosting versus things like Bluehost or GoDaddy. Um, if a client doesn't get hosting with us, then they usually get like Bluehost or GoDaddy. If they get hosting with us, meaning we we handle their hosting, web maintenance, web changes, edits, updates, things like that, then they're going to be on the WP engine. So I wanted to give an example of when this is useful. Specifically with this client right here called Sweet Roars. They're a cookie shop in Houston, Texas, as you can see. Um, and it's been working like it always does. We get emails about like plugin vulnerabilities, meaning like there's a plugin on the website that isn't compatible. So we either have to update the plugin, or we have to take it off, find a new one. Just depends. So I know we get emails for that. I'm also using my big screen here, so I don't know how it's going to look once it's a video, but we'll see. But specifically, what wasn't working is this shopping cart thing. When you would click it, it wouldn't do nothing. So right now, if I click it, it opens up and it shows that nothing's in the cart. On mobile, I wonder if I do this, if it's going to mess up. So I'm just going to do it and see how that goes. On when it was mobile, my chats, this hamburger menu wouldn't work. So those are two big things because people can't access the menu on mobile, and then people can't check out if they wanted to check out. So let's just say we add this, it's added to the cart. I click it, I can view cart, I can check out, I can do everything I need to do. See, and it works, like it's functioning. But when I got the call yesterday, it was like, hey, they actually just had changes for the website. Like that's a normal process. But when I went to the back end, this is built on Elementor, WordPress Elementor, it wasn't working. So that's a problem. So typically what we do there is make sure everything's updated, which we do on a monthly basis. So there was a couple of things that needed updating. Updated didn't work. We took off what the second thing you want to do is unplug plugins. So like maybe one of these is making it incompatible. So we basically took off every single one that we know we didn't need. We had to keep like WooCommerce. I think that's kind of, and Elementor. Like those are the two we have to have. So it still wouldn't work. And then finally, this is where WP Engine comes into play. We were able to do just a restore of the website 30 days ago. So I'll just go here. So like you can see, so this is the site. And I was like, okay. And the cool thing too is like when you're unplugging things and you're like trying to fix it, it you can you can mess with the WordPress side of thing, because if you break it, you can always revert back. So so you can see here, where's checkpoints, backup points. It actually does a daily, and you can see here 17 hours ago, pre-restoration checkup point before reverting to. That means I went back to the furthest I could, which was, it keeps about a month, like accessible to you. They keep about 90 days if you talk to support, and you can always, so like I made a manual backup right here, so I can always access this. This is one that works, and I know it works. I'm sorry, this one. This is one that works, and I know that works, so I can always come back to this one if something happens. But honestly, we should do like a quarterly manual backup just to have it, because you don't know when things are going to go bad. So yeah, I went here, I made, all you hit is restore, and then it'll be like your website will be restored, and you'll get an email once it restored. So like in, I don't know, 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, I had the email. It said your website is ready. So I just hard refreshed over here, and then everything was working. Like it was all functioning fine. There was nothing wrong with the website. The only thing you have to be careful is any changes that you made between, those, that checkpoint and when you made the update, is that any changes that you made are lost. So luckily we have a bunch of changes that we're going to do today. And so it'll be updated once that's complete. But yeah, you just have to be mindful about going back and adding the things you need to add, or removing things you need to remove, pricing, inventory, whatever. So that doesn't, that is the only thing about it is you have to redo the work, but you don't have to redo the website. So anyways, I just wanted to share that. Those are all the pros about it. I guess the cons is like it's slightly, since it's outside of like within a Bluehost or within a GoDaddy, like it's a little bit outside of, you have to have two different things that you pay for. Um, if you use somebody like us, like Symphony Advertising, it's included. It's like a monthly subscription type thing. So we actually pay for the hosting, and then it's just part of the service. But if you wanted your own account, it's like $120 or something like that. It's pretty pricey because I think for $70 you can get a year for Bluehost, whereas with this WordPress specific, better security, free SSL, WP engine hosting, you get all that, but that's why you get that. And the fact that you can revert, for me as the guy managing this, the fact that I can go revert and essentially not lose much, not have downtime, not have to figure out what's wrong, or not having to like redo the whole website or something, um, it's worth it. It's so worth it, especially as a service. So for the client, it's not, they don't really pay that much just to be on this hosting. And they're actually been, a year now, so it's been effective. It's good, and this is why you want to have something like that. So if you have any questions, let me know. I don't want to cancel.